men about to be inducted as new members of the Hall of Fame carry on a tradition begun in 1941 at the founding of our organization and remind us of that simple yet true maxim that the child is father to the man. For in Joe Borrosh and Terry Jackson, we have two men who, as youngsters in their formative years, benefited from important, seminal, and revered coaches who are members of the founding classes of the NSCAA Hall of Fame. It is also significant that Joe and Terry enter the Hall of Fame together because in 1993, their college coaches entered together. There must be some symbolism, some karma of great proportion in this single moment of coincidence and continuity. Joe Borrosh graduated from Brockport College after 4 years of soccer under the tutelage of Hall of Famer Huntley Parker. His extensive coaching resume is replete with success, including 6 New York State championships and being named the 1989 NSCAA High School Coach of the Year. His service is also exemplary, including 20 years as Monroe County Soccer Chair, 15 years as the High School History and Records Chair, and 6 years on the NSCAA Board of Directors as Boys High School Representative. Let's learn more about Joe and see his team in action on this video.
I am Joe Borrosh, and I've coached in Pittsford School District for 44 years, 12 years at the JV level at Pittsford Central School, 2 years at the varsity level at Pittsford Central School, and then 32 years at Pittsford-Mendon High School. When I first started out, kids knew nothing about soccer. If you could teach them the fundamentals of the game, you had a tremendous advantage over your opponent. A winning percentage is pretty high because I coach in a town where soccer is valued. We never build a team from scratch once the team is established. We have a modified team, a junior varsity team. We've had the same staff for every single year of my coaching career at Pittsford-Mendon High School. We've got good players every single year, and if we don't win games, it's my fault. If we do win games, it's their fault.
If they play a lot of people in the back, you got to take the shots when you've got it.
It's a game where you're trying to teach life skills as well as the game. But to the kids, it's a game. We're here to have fun, and if it doesn't become fun for the kid, there's no sense for them being there. You're playing a game, enjoy the game.
So Mendon wins the championship 2-0 over Brighton.
The ones on the top are the sectional patches that they give when you win a sectional championship, and those represent all the sectionals that Mendon won, and we're kind of proud of those because those are player-induced things. A lot of these things are awards that I've gotten, but those are really important to me, as are the New York State Championship trophies. This is the game ball autographed by all of the players on our 1996 state championship team, and that was what we call the snowball. That was played in upstate New York in the middle of November around Thanksgiving, and there was about 2 feet of snow on the field before the game that was plowed off by all of the townspeople in Byron, Bergen, and Holly, New York, and that has special feeling because that's probably been my favorite team to coach ever.
Oh, there you go. Don't lose it now.
They had heart, and boy, if kids have heart, they are going to be successful. And a lot of very, very wonderful kids on that soccer team. The parents got a fundraiser going just to put the scoreboard up. We used to have a portable scoreboard, then we had this real high-tech, fancy scoreboard.
From now on, every home soccer game played here at Mendon High School will now be called Joe Borrosh Field. Fellas?
It was touching. I shed a tear or two, and kind of nice to come back and say, hey, that's my name.
Joe Borrosh, 2011 inductee into the NSCAA Hall of Fame.
Just a few words, although I'm usually very, very long-winded. I don't know if I'm more honored or more shocked. My soccer involvement got started rather late in my life. I had never seen a game or even a soccer ball until my sophomore year in college. But fortunately, when I went to get my college interview, Huntley Parker interviewed me and said, "Do you play soccer?" And I said, "No, sir." I said, "But I did play some lacrosse." And he said, "Well, soccer's a lot like lacrosse." So I've had three good lucky breaks in my life. One was trying out for soccer as a sophomore, made the JV team, and then played for 2 years under Huntley Parker on the varsity. I was never a very good player, but Huntley told me taught me that if you worked hard and if you trained well, you could make up for some of your lack of skill. I don't think he was speaking to me personally, but that was something that I think he told to all of his players. But the most important thing he taught me was that every single player on a team is equally valuable to the team. Huntley's skill as a coach was not his X's and O's, but it was how he taught you how a player should be treated, and I hope I treated my players the way Huntley did. My second break was doing my student teaching in Pittsford, New York, where I was lucky enough to get handed the junior varsity job, which I held for 12 years, and then assumed the varsity position after the varsity coach retired. My third lucky break was I discovered that as a JV coach, I really didn't know very much about the game, and in order to be successful, I'd have to learn more. And I went to my first convention in Boston and was in complete awe of what was going on around me. I mean, I've never seen so many people who knew so much about soccer that I decided to take advantage of that opportunity. A lot of people I'd like to thank, my wife, my children, Brenda is here. Without their love and their support, my career would not be anywhere near as enjoyable or as long. Huntley Parker and E. Curtis Gaylord, who gave me a chance to play the game, and Ray Davison, who gave me a chance to coach the game. To all of the staff at Pittsford-Mendon, especially John Iackelli, who, as the video showed, I think the success of a soccer program is to hire people who have the same soccer objectives, the same educational philosophy, and keep them around for a long time. And John and Bruce Fay and all the others were certainly that. I'd just like to close with three things. And I can't teach you anything about soccer. You probably know far more than me. But the three things I think that helped the Mendon program the most were, number one, listen. Listen to your players. Listen to your parents. Listen to your coaches. Someone who designed this human body gave you 2 ears and only 1 mouth. And if we use those organs in that proportion, we'll be very, very successful. Secondly, and if you haven't read President-elect Payne's article in the Soccer Journal on giving back, it's not enough to try and make your team the best. You've got to try and make your league the best, your section the best, and your state the best. And you have got to give back to this sport, at least in proportion what it's given to you. And there are so many people in this room who were former coaches and who never coach that make this organization what it is. And I personally like to thank Jeff Farnsworth for giving me the opportunity to work for the NSCAA. And even as you continue to give, you still get far more in return. And the last thing, I told you I would be brief. I think when people ask you what you coach, it's a mistake to say I'm a soccer coach. You are a coach of young men and young women, and you have the opportunity to teach them things that will make them happier, healthier, and succeed in life, and that's really what we're here about. I mean, there are no people in this world, I think, that have greater access to the minds, the souls, and the hearts, and can shape attitudes the way Coach can. And again, I thank you, and I appreciate everything. Thank you very much.